Good morning, everyone. I'm Emmanuel Buabeng. Today I'll be presenting on Logistics 5.0, that is redefining competitive advantage through sustainability and also human-centered innovation. What do you mean by Logistics 5.0? It is the latest stage in evolution of logistics and supply chain management. Logistics 5.0 is about using advanced technology such as artificial intelligence, Internet of the Things, robotics, and big data, using or making sure that people remain at the center of operation. It also focuses on protecting the environment through sustainability practices. The introduction stage of the slides talks about logistics evolved due to technology and globalization. That is a shift from efficiency to intelligence and sustainability. Logistics has changed drastically over the years because of globalization and digital transformation and increasing customer expectation. In the past years, company focuses mainly on moving goods from one place to the other as cheaply and quickly as possible. But today, customers expect fast delivery, accurate tracking, environmentally friendly services, personalized experience. As a result, businesses are shifting from simply being efficient to becoming intelligent, sustainable, and also customer focused. When it comes to Logistics 5.0, as explained, we have a video that explains Logistics 5.0 into detail. So let's watch this video.
What if the future of industry isn't just about machines, but also about us, the humans? What if we're not being replaced, but rather we're being repositioned? Think about it. In our rapidly evolving world, the fear of automation replacing jobs and rendering human workers obsolete is palpable. But what if we shift our perspective? What if we consider the possibility of technology not as a replacement, but as an enabler, a tool to augment our abilities? This is the proposition of Industry 5.0, a more human-centric approach to automation and industry. To fully grasp the concept of Industry 5.0, we must first understand its predecessor, Industry 4.0. This was a concept that emerged around 2011, primarily in the European business environment. It was a time when the industrial landscape began to change drastically. The focus was on digital transformation, leveraging robots and smart machines to enhance efficiency and performance. It was all about automation, connectivity, and data exchange in manufacturing technologies. But as we moved forward, a new concept started to take shape, Industry 5.0. Unlike its predecessor, it carried a more global reputation from the get-go. The core idea of Industry 5.0 is not just about machines and automation, but the humans working alongside them. It emphasizes the human impact and how technologies like the Internet of Things and big data can empower human work. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and the ensuing economic turbulence, Industry 5.0 gained traction as a post-pandemic take on industrial automation. It's more than just a concept. It's a vision of a future where technology and humans work hand in hand, where sustainability, resilience, and enhancement of human talent take center stage. The main difference between Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0 is the focus on adding the human touch to machines. While Industry 4.0 was about making machines more intelligent, Industry 5.0 is about making machines more human-friendly and empowering human workers. So, while Industry 4.0 brought the rise of the machines, Industry 5.0 is about bringing back the humans. With this shift towards a more human-centric approach, what are the key points we need to remember about Industry 5.0? First and foremost, the defining feature of Industry 5.0 is the integration of humans and robots in automated industrial environments. We're talking about a workplace where man and machine work side by side, complementing each other's strengths. This isn't about replacing human workers, but enhancing their capabilities and productivity through technology. The second key aspect is achieving a balance. Industry 5.0 doesn't just prioritize technological advancements, it also values sustainability and resilience. We're looking at a future where industries not only leverage technology for efficiency, but also consider the long-term impact on our planet and society. Now let's talk about the enhancement of human talent. In an Industry 5.0 environment, humans are not just task performers, but decision makers and creative thinkers. The focus is on leveraging technology to empower human workers. fostering a culture of continuous learning and skill development. But like any transition, the shift to Industry 5.0 comes with its own set of challenges and potential roadblocks. These range from issues of cybersecurity and data privacy to the need for extensive workforce training and the potential for job displacement. However, with careful planning, these challenges can be mitigated, leading to a more productive, sustainable, and human-centric industry. So what does all this mean for us? It means that in Industry 5.0, we're not just spectators to technological advancements, we're active participants shaping the future of industry. The future of industry is not just about machines, it's about us. And it's happening now. Industry 5.0 brings humans back to the forefront, working hand in hand with technology. It's about embracing the change, stepping up, and actively participating in this thrilling transition. It's about us, shaping the future of our industries, making it more sustainable, resilient, and human-centric. So, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into this exciting new era together.
So what is the aim of Logistics 5.0? The main aim is to improve efficiency, reduce cost, increase customer satisfaction, and create more resilient supply chain. As a result, businesses are shifting from simple being efficient to becoming intelligent, sustainable, and also customer focused. Typical example is that when you order something online today, you can track the package in a real time. Years ago, customers had no idea where their packages were until the item arrived. And this was a very big challenge to the industries. So someone may ask, what then is Logistics 5.0? Logistics 5.0 refers to the integration of advanced technologies with human intelligence, unlike the 4.0, which focuses mainly on automation. Logistics 5.0 ensures that technology works alongside humans instead of replacing them. So under Logistics 5.0, there is no shift of human being or termination of appointment or whatever it is. They don't change human being, they just add the machinery to human being and additional technology. Its major objective is sustainability, human well-being, personalization, and business resilience. Example is that instead of replacing warehouse workers with robots, companies now use collaborative robots that help employees lift heavy goods safely and efficiently. If you take it, for instance, the DHL and the Amazons, it is robots and heavy-duty machine that they use in carrying goods. The next lines talk about evolution of logistics. Logistics, our industry has gone through 5 major stages, which the first one is Logistics 1.0. Everything was done manually. That is where human effort is appreciated. Workers carry goods by hand. And the Logistics 2.0 is where machines such as forklifts, as I said earlier, and conveyors, belts were introduced. And the Logistics 3.0 also, business start using computers and automated warehouses system, where the other Logistics 4.0 too, that is combination of data technologies such as AI, cloud computing, Internet of the Things become common. And the 5.0, which has now come to stay, is a combination of human intelligence and machine, now that are put together while promoting sustainability. A typical example is Amazon started with manual warehouses, but now uses AI-powered robots that assist workers in locating and transporting products. The slide 5 talk about key features. What are the key features? Somebody might say, what are the main key features here? The main key features centers on 4 characteristics of Logistics 5.0. The first one is human-centered approach. That is where technology is designed to support workers rather than replacing them. The second one is smart technology. That is combination of AI, Internet of the Things, robot and cloud computer to improve operations of the business. The third one is sustainable operation. That is, businesses reduce pollution, waste, and energy consumption by way of adopting to new technology and lifestyle. The fourth one is data-driven decision. That is where managers make decisions using real-time information instead of assumption. They don't just use their mind or the forecast anyhow. They are based on real-time information that is provided by those digital platforms. A typical example is that a logistics company can use GPS to avoid traffic congestion along the road. That is, they save both fuel and delivery time. The next slide talks about human-centered innovation. That is to explain, in Logistics 5.0, people remain the most valuable resources. Without them, the machines and other technology cannot be put into operation. So technology has come to stay, and it helps employees perform major jobs more efficiently and safely. And what are the benefits? The benefits are that better working conditions are at stake, reduce physical stress, higher productivity, and improve job satisfaction. I can give an example, and the example is that if a warehouse employee come to work and wear smart glasses that display product location, and it makes it easier to find where they can locate product, and also reduce time spent when searching for items. The next slide talk about sustainability, and the sustainability here under the Logistics 5.0 is that carrying out logistic activity without harming the environment. If your operation harm the environment, the sustainability cannot be achieved. So let's take green logistic practices include electric delivery vehicle, eco-friendly packaging, renewable energy, efficient transportation route, and others are all typical example of sustainability of the environment, which under Logistics 5.0 it has come to stay. A typical example is a company like DHL have introduced electric delivery van in some of its cities where they are located to reduce carbon emission. The next slides talk about, that is slide 8, talk about smart technology. And what do we term or mean by smart technology? Several technologies make Logistics 5.0 possible. One is artificial intelligence, which help businesses to make predictions into the future. Another one is Internet of the Thing, which also is a device to communicate over the internet so that people at various centers can also get information that are needed for better operation. The next one is blockchain, which also improves security and transparency. We have robotics, that is automated or automates repetitive tasks that are concurrently or continuously be repeating. You don't need human at the center, but you can involve robots to do it. And we have big data, that is the next one. Big data, that is analyze large amount of information for better decision making. Typical example is a retail company that analyze millions of customer purchases to determine which products should be stocked during holidays, and those when there is no holiday. It is the big data that can also analyze how many stock that needs to be put into the store. The next slide talks about AI in logistics. AI in logistics is explained that, and AI simply means artificial intelligence, which improves logistics in several ways. The first one is demand forecasting, that is to predict future customer demand. And the second one is the route optimization, that is find the fastest and the cheapest delivery route. Okay, and we can also talk about inventory management, which ensures that products are available without overstocking or maybe without shortages. Example is before Christmas, AI can predict, or artificial intelligence involving in operation can predict that an increase toy sales and recommended ordering more stock. Because there is going to be a demand on toys, the company can decide to bring in more stock so that there wouldn't be shortages or something. Let's move on to the next slide. We talk about Internet of the Thing in logistics. What does it mean when we say Internet of the Thing? It means that using internet to connect sensors to monitor goods through supply chain. Under supply chain management, when sensors and others are used to monitor goods during operation, it's purely or typically Internet of the Thing. And the main benefit includes real-time tracking. That is where sensors can be put on tracks so that wherever tracks are, the company can detect along the way when delivering goods, and it can be done to avoid robbery and other stuff. And monitoring temperature. So when it comes to companies that also deal in frozen foods and other stuff, sensors can be used to monitor the temperature at the warehouses. Detecting theft, that is monitoring humidity and vibration. What is the typical example under Internet of the Thing? Let's take a truck transporting vaccine, which uses temperature sensors. If the temperature becomes unsafe, the driver and the manager receive immediate alerts, and that helps the company a lot. The next slide talks about blockchain. When we say blockchain, it means a secure digital record keeping system, which every transaction is connected to permanently and cannot easily be changed. And that keeps data safe from hackers can't attack company information or data. And the following are the benefits of blockchain: transparency, we have security, we have trust, and reduce fraud. The next slide talks about competitive advantage, which explains that under the Logistics 5.0, a lot of companies or several companies have several competitive advantage over others, which include faster delivery of goods reaches customer quickly, cost efficiency, that is providing with less cost, and technology reduce fuel, labor, and inventory costs. Customer satisfaction is at its best. Customers also receive accurate and timely delivery. Typical example is online retailer offering one same-day delivery, often attract more customers than competitors whose slower delivery time exists. The next slide talk about global examples. How do we determine examples that relate to Logistics 5.0? Let's talk about Amazon. Amazon uses warehouse robots and AI, that is artificial intelligence, to process order efficiently. In that case, when delivery, they reduce delivery time, and also customer satisfaction also increases because they will deliver the good at the time they said they will and at the right time too. And we have DHL, which also uses drones, AI, and Internet of the Thing and automated warehouses to improve delivery performance. Point to emphasize here is that these companies demonstrate that investing in technology creates long-term competitive advantage over others. This video also previews us to DHL Smart Warehouse Technology, where Logistics 5.0 is at work, and they have been using it for years. So let's watch this video, and afterwards we continue.
At DHL, we have a very methodical approach towards innovation. We have very strict phase gates and only scale globally if we are confident that it will bring outcome for us or our customers. We take innovation very serious. We always have in our mind how we can better serve our customers, how we can have better quality, how we can have better safety, and how we can operate everything that we do in a better way. We publish a trend radar. We look at social, at business, or at technology trends in a very frequent manner. So we try things out in a local environment and prove it there. And then we move to the next phase, where we scale this up to proof of concepts in a regional environment. And once we have proven that part, we would scale globally. We move things. So things have always been important for us. The Internet of Things is not a new term for us. It's been something we have been connecting devices to our networks for a long, long time.
Data we are actually looking at is something that the IT systems had it there for many months or even years. I think that the IoT platform what brings is give us access to the data in a very fast manner, real time.
We have a unique position. We have a great breadth of operations across the globe. We are the biggest player on the market, and we have had really good success in driving those innovations across the globe.
Thanks to our executive relationship with Cisco, they basically brought a product that today can definitely cover that indoor positioning with the infrastructure we already have set up. What is important also is that you have a visualization tool that helps you understand that information and put the information into context. This is why actually we needed an extra partner, and in this case, Conduce was brought into the mix. So the three parties, Cisco, DHL, and Conduce, actually put the system together. Basically, you're using 4 sources of information. The first one is around indoor positioning. We are able to capture the Wi-Fi location of our scanners. We are also capturing the utilization of our material handling equipment. We also are capturing data around the warehouse management systems, what are the tasks that are actually directed to our users. All those sources together basically bring us the visualization in the warehouse. As we started the project, we actually looked mainly at 2 aspects of that. One was around increasing efficiency in our warehouses. We want to see if we can actually run them better. And the second one was around safety. As we basically move forward, we want this actual tool to give us some insights in terms of making decisions. Aggregating the positioning of the individuals, we can actually get very interesting insights, such as, for example, heat maps. The heat maps will, of course, give us where are the highest concentrations of individuals and also with the forklifts. And as a result of that, we could also bring some proactive safety measures. For us, what is important is to ensure whether the new technology actually is going to bring a benefit or not. We do have a series of lighthouses, one of them being Buabeng.
A lighthouse facility is a selected site where we show our best practices in operations and use it also for pilots in new process setups. The Internet of Things gives us a better view into our warehouse. We can replay activities over a period of time and analyze what happened and try to find alternatives. For the size of this operation, 40,000 square meters, it's impossible for a supervisor or an operations manager to have a full overview. Our first use case was asset utilization, material handling equipment, where we can analyze the usage over a day, a week or a month time. The inventory optimization identifies opportunity to put the right parts at the right spot of the warehouse to minimize travel distances. For safety, there are 2 ways to use the tool. We use it to review the traffic plan, so you can see the heat maps and determine if the flows are okay. And we use it to review incidents, so impacts or collisions, because the tool will really show you what happened. With the tool, you can very quickly visualize where opportunities are and adjust your warehouse setup. This way of looking at things is really brand new. Normally, an engineer would look at flat lists to really turn data into information, but now he has one screen with a clear visualization of what happened in the warehouse, and that really adds value.
The IoT journey is something that we're gonna be walking, and the ones who will basically not walk the path of digitalization will be basically left outside. No longer we can actually wait for months to get a report or weeks. We need to take decisions now about things that are happening now. That for us has been the energy that was fueling the project for the last months, understanding that yes, we are somehow changing the way we're actually running logistics.
We think that digitalization will have a huge impact to our industry. The whole supply chain will be fully digitalized, and we will see the advent of new services, new solutions that we can implement for our customers, and that have a profound impact on the whole industry.
This is Europe's first stretch robot in a DHL warehouse. And this is me trying to understand how it operates, with help from this expert who knows it better than I know Gen Z brainrot memes. But still.
At this stage, I would like us to have a view of Amazon smart warehouse technology, and the next video preview us to that end. we will come to understand how Logistics 5.0 is being embraced or welcomed in Amazon operation to achieve efficiency and excellent customer satisfaction. Let's watch this video.
When it comes to finding offers and discounts on Amazon, there are several tricks that we can try, but we always forget one quite interesting one. Have you not heard about Amazon Smart Warehouse? There's more to know about this. In today's video, we'll take a look at Amazon Smart Warehouse. But before we begin, consider subscribing to my channel and smash the bell icon to get tuned. Done. Now, let's begin. Amazon Smart Warehouse. What is it? Warehouse products and Amazon Renewed products are very often confused. People tend to think that they are the same thing and therefore the nature of what they are buying is similar. But it's not like that. While the latter have been repaired and have been overhauled by a technical team for reuse as brand new, the former are products that are considered second-hand or used because they have been returned by customers, have an open box, show some small damage, or have been slightly damaged during handling in the warehouse. The difference, as you can see, is small, but it exists. And although Amazon ultimately considers them all colloquially under the term refurbished, only the renewed could be considered as such. Amazon Smart Warehouse products have a categorization system to indicate their status, and it is divided into 4 levels that we will explain here. Of course, because Amazon refurbished products are unique, they have counted units that have been repackaged. They cannot be replaced. So you will always be refunded the amount of the same instead of making a change for others. Another important difference for the renewed to take into account is that these products do not have a guarantee. Even so, by benefiting from Amazon's return policy, you will have the possibility of returning them up to 1 year after the date of receipt. How does Amazon assess the condition of each product? From the company, they strive to transmit the greatest possible confidence around these products that are not new and that in recent years have gained a lot of popularity thanks to what has been called the circular economy, which advocates the reuse of raw materials and manufactured products as many times as possible within their natural life cycle. That is, not resorting so much to the systematic change and purchase of a new model as continuing to maintain the old one, or reconditioned, while it enjoys clear and demonstrable use. For this reason, Amazon warns that they subject all their products to exhaustive quality control before selling them. That way, they examine the physical condition and function of each item and assign it a specific category before selling it. They also inspect each of these products to see if they are missing any accessories or the packaging is damaged in order, depending on the quality control required in each case, to apply one of the 4 categories to describe their general condition. As new, very good, good and fair. All these special conditions affect something very important, the price, which is reduced by its classification within the warehouse products, but maintaining the right to return under the well-known Amazon conditions, which is if not you are satisfied with something, you can return it without problems. How to find and buy Amazon's warehouse products. When looking for warehouse products, you have 3 options. The first is the easiest and most obvious. Enter the category of warehouse products and go directly filtering through the different sections available to take a look at the products they offer. But what happens when you want to know if a specific product has a version available in the warehouse? In those cases, it's time to make a couple more clicks. Suppose, for example, that you want to buy a Nintendo Switch. You look for it on Amazon and enter its file. Now, to find out if this product has units in the warehouse, you just have to look for the Add to Cart and Buy Now buttons. A little further down, if the product you selected has refurbished units, you will see a section with the name used next to the best offer it has. Click on the button on your left to display this option. Once on this screen, all the information regarding this second-hand product will appear. If it has units within Amazon's Smart Warehouse category, it will be marked as the first recommended unit, as usual. Each of the offers comes with its price, an indication of the level of condition, very good, like new, etc., and a description of the defects that you will find from damaged packaging to minor aesthetic defects or a scratch on the article. Another way to find. Enter what you want in the Amazon search engine, and when the results appear, go to the left column and select, whenever available, the used box. This will only show you results that have warehouse units, and it will be easier for you to find something you want. Amazon warehouse products that are worth it. When it comes to considering what is or is not worthwhile within the warehouse, personal taste comes into play a lot. Some will want yes or yes that the product is clean at the time of purchase, and others will not care perhaps that they show some damage if with this they can save a few good euros. We must also take into account where and how we are going to use them. Probably if it's a phone or a TV, you'll want it to look as new as possible and have at least an as new label. But there are other types of gadgets that do not require this qualification. If you are going to buy some accessory speakers to set up, for example, a surround sound system at home, and you are going to place them in strategic places in the room that are not visible, you may not mind if they present a small scratch as long as work fine. Or maybe you're behind a monitor for an office whose placement means you don't care if it shows a flaw on its back, or an Apple adapter for which it is worth saving 30 euros. What are Amazon's smart warehouse product categories? There are many categories of Amazon's warehouse products, so you can find what you need from computing, home and kitchen, sports and outdoors, toys and games, shoes and accessories, musical instruments, pet products, health and personal care, car and motorbike, books to video game, and many more. Amazon's warehouse products that can make you save. As we said, everything will depend on the taste. However, some refurbished products can save us a good amount of money if we buy them through warehouse, especially in the technological field. Products related to ergonomics, from a keyboard and a computer mouse to a desk chair. Many office products are returned every day on Amazon, not because they are bad, but because they do not suit the user who has bought them. If you know these products, you can save a lot of money on the purchase. If you want to get a mouse to play video games and you know a model that you know is well suited to your preferences, surely you have it in the warehouse at a ridiculous price. And if not, wait a few weeks after Christmas. You'll see the catalog you have available. Impulse buy products. A lot of people make impulse purchases, and then comes the regret when the box comes home. As Amazon makes it very easy to make a return, these products end up in the warehouse. As long as you don't repeat the same mistake, and you thought about the purchase, you can take that same item at a discounted price thanks to the mistake of a poor devil who didn't check it a couple of times with the pillow. In these cases, the ideal is to leave some time to analyze possibilities and save as much as possible. In the end, it will be a matter of assessing the type of use that we are going to give a product. And based on this, knowing that there are these purchase options with which we can sometimes save a lot of money, it's left to you. Are Amazon Smart Warehouse reviews reliable? When you find a refurbished product on Amazon, the first thing you should check is the condition of the product. We have already told you that the cataloging of the state of the product can vary at different levels, but the most important detail that should be taken into account in which seller is the one that is offering the second-hand product. The most advisable thing is that you look for products sold by Amazon Smart Warehouse and not by third-party sellers, since these usually have second-hand products in worse condition. And what is more uncomfortable, the return policies are more annoying than the one proposed. The giant. If you buy a third-party product and want to return it, you will most likely have to pay the shipping costs and have many problems returning it. For that reason, it is always better to choose products sold by Amazon Warehouse so that once you receive them, you can take a good look at them and check if the description of the defects matches what you receive. It should also be noted that the defects described by Amazon usually exceed reality.
A typical example in Ghana, the application of Logistics 5.0 can be improved under the cocoa transportation, which is under the cocoa sector. Current challenges include delay, theft, poor tracking, solutions which include GPS tracking of the truck when moving the stock, digital inventory system, blockchain, and mobile application. Under cocoa board require typical example is that if Bokobo equipped track with GPS, managers can monitor various movements in real time and quickly respond to delay or theft. These are some typical example we can find in Ghana. Yeah, that is under the cocoa logistics. The next slide is challenges that comes out of Logistics 5.0, that is implementing Logistics 5.0, has so many challenges. First, we can talk about high cost. That is, the technology involvement requires significant investment because it's very costly to involve technology in your operation. We have skill gap. That is, employee need training. So those who lack training and experience, the company needs to incur costs in training them. Cyber security, that is digital system that can be targeted by hackers. Let's see, a typical example is a cyber attack on shipping company that can delay delivery and expose customer information. The next slide is solution to problem that is being faced by industry that uses or that get themselves into Logistics 5.0. These challenges can be addressed by employee training, when workers should learn digital skills and how this digital transformation comes about, and gradual implementation. Businesses should introduce technology step by step, as well as government support. Government can provide incentive and policies and infrastructures to help. Typical example is the government may reduce import taxes on electric delivery vehicle to encourage businesses to adopt green logistics. The next slide talk about future of logistics, which explain that logistics will include autonomous vehicles, delivery drones, AI-powered decision-making, smart warehouses, sustainable supply chain. However, human will continue making strategic and ethical decisions while machine handles repetitive tasks. But a typical example is when in the future customer may order a product online and a drone could deliver it within an hour while AI automatically updates inventory levels. The next slide talk about benefit. When we talk about benefit that Logistics 5.0 has brought about, it's include improved efficiency. The next one, tasks are completed faster, cost reduction in operation. Businesses spend less on fuel, labor, and inventory. Sustainability is one of the major advantages. Less pollution because of renewable energies, better customer experiences. Customer enjoy faster and more reliable deliveries. Example is a company using AI, optimize delivery routes, save fuel, reduce emission, and ensure customer receive order in time. The next slide is conclusion, which I will explain by way of saying Logistics 5.0 is transforming supply chain management by combining advanced technology with human expertise and environmental responsibilities. Businesses that adopt 5.0, Logistics 5.0, will be able to improve operational efficiency, reduce costs, enhance customer satisfaction, build resilient supply chain, protect the environment, and strong closing statement is that, to conclude, Logistics 5.0 is not simply about smart technology. It's about creating a future where technology, people, and sustainability work together. Organizations that embrace this transformation today will achieve long-term competitive advantage and remain successful in an increasing competitive global market. Thank you.